Hey, Wembong World Entertainment, and this time next week, Fantastic Four, The First Steps will officially be out, so we can all see it. I suppose I'll have to go and see it on the Friday and review it, but I don't know if it's just me, but I thought I'd do this video because where the hell is the hype gone for this movie? And as I'm saying, it might just be me, but from my point of view, I'm not seeing any buzz anymore for this movie. Since Superman was coming out, every conversation surrounding Fantastic Four seems to have completely vanished, to the point that from what I saw, they've released a crap ton of clips, much like Superman did, where they were all these short clips, but they were pushing tons of them to the point of people were saying, I feel like I've seen the whole movie now. I actually haven't seen any of these new clips. The last clip I saw for Fantastic Four was the Silver Surfer clip where she's coming down saying, like, you know, hold your loved ones and all that crap. And it was a terrible clip as well. But since then, just every conversation around this film seems to have vanished. Every conversation has shifted solely to Superman. That, in my opinion, is not good for the Fantastic Four. For a movie, people were saying, you know, will it do better than Superman? Can it work better than Superman? Will audiences be more inclined to go and see Superman instead of Fantastic Four? Now that the fact that the conversation seems to have stopped around Fantastic Four, that every time I'm on YouTube, I never see any of these clips being promoted or pushed or anything like that. And now there's a new report for what they're thinking its opening weekend will be, and they're trying to paint this as this great success, and quite frankly, it's terrible, and it's actually performing worse than Superman. Get this, and people will jump in there and go, oh, Superman's not performing badly. It's not performing what they wanted to perform. But have a look at this. So it's saying the Fantastic Four First Steps arrives in theaters next week, and according to Deadline, the next Marvel Studio movie is currently eyeing a 100 million to a 110 million start. As the trade puts it, I keep hearing, oh, Disney is nervous, but the stats look good. With 13 million pre-sales as of Monday, Fantastic Four is pacing ahead of the pre-sales for Thunderbolts of 74.3 million and Captain America Brave New World of 88.3 million 3-day, and 20% behind Superman, 125 million. Now, that is all from Deadline. Wrap your head around what he just wrote. I'm assuming it was a he that wrote that, saying he's hearing that Disney are nervous, but he thinks the stats look good because the movie is tracking 20% behind Superman. Superman is struggling a wee bit, especially at the international box office, and if it drops off massively this weekend, it's toast. And if they're looking at these numbers, that it could open, and remember, this is domestically, as little as $100 million, that would be a disaster for Fantastic Four. And again, the fact that the buzz seems to be completely gone on this movie. Nobody seems to be talking about it anymore. Nobody seems to care. And anytime someone does bring it up, the reaction seems to be, yeah, I have no interest in Marvel anymore, of real Marvel fatigue and all this stuff. So trying to paint this movie as, oh, 100 to 110 million is great because it's ahead of the previous Marvel movies, but it's well behind the DC movie. That is not what Disney will want. They won't want to sit there and go, well, at least we bet our own movies, but hey, we came in behind our competitor, and that's not a bad thing. That's a horrendous thing. This movie wants to come out and absolutely destroy Superman at the box office. And the fact that these numbers are this bad, that is not a good sign. But again, where are all these clips? And from what I understand, each clip that's coming out, they're highlighting a lot more of the Silver Surfer, and people are not happy. It seems to be getting kind of ridiculed quite a lot, and that's interesting as well to me. It's also interesting that they are still hiding Galactus. I don't understand why they're so terrified to show him. We know what he looks like. We've seen images, like behind the scenes images. We know what the character looks like. And this time he's got it right, because no, he's not a bloody cloud. Why don't they just show him? Especially if he's barely in this movie. And I think that is why they're not showing him. I've said this in a previous video about Fantastic Four. I have the feeling that Galactus is in the final act, and only the final act of this movie. I think they go up, see him, get confronted by him, run back to Earth, he follows, and that's the end of your movie, is the final battle with him, and that's it. That's all you get at Galactus. I have a feeling that that is how Galactus is going to play out in this movie. I don't think he's going to be the big bad from start to finish of this thing. And I think that could be why they're hiding him, is the fact that they're like, well, we want you to see him in all his glory on the big screen, because there's not going to be a hell of a lot of them. That could be an issue, and if that is the case, then this movie could be in even bigger trouble, because if one of your main draws is you're finally going to get the true version of Galactus on the big screen, and it ends up being a 5, 10, maybe 15-minute long scene, and that's it, people are gonna be pissed. And this movie's time has been cut down as well. So did Superman's. Superman was meant to be over 2 hours and 20 minutes or something, and the 20 minutes is missing from that movie, and you can tell at certain points. But where is the hype for Fantastic Four? It's seemingly gone. Nobody seems to be talking about this movie anymore. Nobody seems to care. And with numbers like this, it's not looking good for this movie at all. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Do let me know. Like, do you still see buzz around for this? Are you hyped for it? Do you see any hype for it? Have you watched any of these clips? Do you see them here, there, everywhere? Let me know, because as I said, I haven't seen these clips anywhere. Like, in fairness, I haven't exactly been going out of my way to find them, but at the same time, you would think they'd be on the main page of YouTube, or even when you go to Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, you'd think it would be one of the first things popping up then. It's not on my feed, so it could be just me, but do let me know whether you've seen them, and if you have seen them, what do you think of them? And again, does it get you hyped for the movie? Does it get you concerned for the movie? And what do you actually think about these numbers that they're putting out for its opening domestic weekend? Do let me know. But from my stance, I don't see the hype anymore in this movie, and I think it's in big trouble. But I still am holding to my guns that Jurassic World Rebirth will be the big winner of the summer and will destroy Superman and Fantastic Four. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.